The D is on the top right-hand side. Monday scanner, and the other one is the. We're going to learn how to properly trade Monday to Monday. That's right, guys. At the end of the day, we don't like Mondays. We don't like working on Mondays. So I'm going to show you how to get your Mondays back. That's right, how to get your Mondays back. So, guys, if you're ready, grab your pen, grab your paper, and let's get started. All right, we're going to go over to the live chart. All right, let's go over to the live chart and start looking at the Monday system. You know, I went ahead and put something together for everyone. I didn't complete it all the way, but we're going to have this thing ready and completed. Okay. Go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my PowerPoint on the Monday system. Like I said, I put this together for all of you so we can start using it the right way. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the level system to show you exactly how to trade the system when you first open up your chart. Okay. Okay. All right, we're going to use two systems, all right, two of the hottest products that we have here. One is the Monday scanner, and the other one is the Harmonic scanner. All right, the Monday scanner is a system that uses, it identify each and every single Monday on the chart, okay? It identify each and every single Monday on the chart, helping you find certain patterns, helping you find that number one pattern that we look for. Reversals. Sorry about that, team. Excuse me. Okay. And over to the right side, you're going to see the Harmonic scanner. Now, with the Harmonic scanner is one of the original products that we have in the IM Academy. Harmonic scanner will identify harmonic patterns within the market, giving you your entries, your exits, and your stop losses. Okay, so with the Harmonic scanner, if you see the letter D with the Harmonic scanner, if the D is on the top right-hand side, you're going to sell. If the D is on the bottom right-hand side, you're going to buy. Okay, now notice that I want you to write this down. Write exactly what I just said, because something that I just said, it's going to blow your mind. All right, think about this for a second. Write it down. With the Harmonic scanner, if the D is on the top right-hand side, you're going to sell. If the D is on the bottom right-hand side, you're going to buy. All right, everyone write that down. Okay, and over to the right, I just want you to draw like a butterfly. Okay, draw that same pattern that you see for the Harmonic scanner. And then just put the letter D at the top, and just put, if the D is on the top right, you're going to sell. And then I want you to draw the same thing again, and draw the same pattern that's on the levels chart that's on the left-hand side, and put the D on the bottom. And then just write, if the D is on the bottom, we're going to buy. Okay? And think about that for a second, because when it comes to the head and shoulder pattern, okay, if we're trading a regular head and shoulder, we sell on the right side. If we're trading an inverted head and shoulder, okay, we're going to buy the right side. Type 1 inside the box if it's starting to make sense right now. How the Harmonic pattern and the Monday scanner is starting to work together, and it's going to make sense. Type 1 inside the box if that makes sense. Don't worry if you're confused. I'm going to help you out. So another tool that we're going to be using alongside of this system is called the Fibonacci tool. Okay? something that you want to write down. Okay, this is definitely something that you want to write down. Okay, now with the Fibonacci retracements, now notice how you see how it looks like the letter A. Okay, all right, someone said they're confused. It's okay. Notice how the Fibonacci looks like the letter A. And you see the little arrows pointing up. Notice the first arrow around the 38.2. 38.2. That's a shallow retracement. Okay? Around the 25 to 382, it's a shallow retracement, and it's telling us that it's a strong trend. Meaning that this market is going to drop down to the 25 to the 382 and continue rising back up. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to walk you through all of this. All right, I just want to break down all of the tools that we're going to be using. Okay, so if the market comes down to the 25 or the 382, that's a shallow retracement, also known as a strong trend, and the market will continue rising up. Now, if the market comes down to the 50%, that's a normal trend. Okay? All right? The market is going to come down to the 50%, which is a normal trend. And what's going to happen is going to continue the trend going up. Now, write this stuff down, team, and draw this picture out. I want you to have these notes here. Now, if the market come down around the 618 to even the 75%, the trend is getting weak. Okay? The trend is getting weak. So now we go from a bullish buying opportunity to a possible reversal. Now, if the market does a 100% retracement, that's a reversal signal. Okay? So if the market goes below the 100%, we're looking at reversing. All right, type 2 inside the box. If you understand it, you're writing it down. It doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. Type 2 inside the box if you're writing this stuff down. Okay? So now, something else I want to show you that works hand in hand. Now, remember we spoke about the harmonic system. The harmonic come down to the 50%, which is a normal trend. And what's going to happen is going to continue the trend going up. Now, write this stuff down, team, and draw this picture out. I want you to have these notes here. Now, if the market come down around the 618 to even the 75%, the trend is getting weak. Okay? The trend is getting weak. So now we go from a bullish buying opportunity to a possible reversal. Now, if the market does a 100% retracement, that's a reversal signal. Okay? So if the market goes below the 100%, we're looking at reversing. All right, type 2 inside the box. If you understand it, you're writing it down. It doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. Type 2 inside the box if you're writing this stuff down. Okay? So now, something else I want to show you that works hand in hand. Now, remember we spoke about the harmonic system, the harmonic pattern. There's one harmonic pattern, that we use with the Monday system. It basically identifies the head and shoulder, and it's called the cipher pattern. Okay? Now, the cipher pattern, as you can see on the left-hand side where it says bullish cipher harmonic pattern, now we're going to start where the X is, the letter X. And I want you to follow that letter X all the way up to the top where it says Monday. Okay? So as the X is rising, that's a bullish rise. The bulls are in the market. And then, notice we create Monday's high, and B would be around Monday's low. Okay? And what happens with the letter C In a cipher pattern, this is where the market will break out of the high. Okay, it break out of the high, and notice how C comes all the way back down, breaking past B, closing lower than B. That's a 100% retracement. So if we have a 100% retracement, so when the market gets to the letter D on a harmonic scanner, it's going to tell you to buy around that area. Okay, so we can buy at that zone, but when it comes all the way back up to where Monday is, that's going to be our right shoulder, and we can sell. Okay, I want you guys to understand how all of this is going to tie in together. Okay, and the same thing with the bearish harmonic pattern. This is like one of my favorite reversal patterns. It's called a head and shoulder. Now, starting at the top of the bearish harmonic pattern, we have the letter X. And the market drops down, creating Monday's low, and B will be Monday's high. Now, where C is, it drops out the low of Monday, but once the market comes all the way back in, creating D, that's it. Sorry about that, team. That's a 100% retracement of the letter B. Okay? And once we have D, the harmonic scanner is going to tell you to sell the D. And we can sell it all the way back down to the right shoulder of Monday. Team, if you're writing this down and you're starting to understand it, starting to make sense, type 3 inside the box. I'll give you a chance to draw this pattern out, and it's going to start to make sense because we're going to tie it all together. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yep, type 3 inside the box. There we go. Perfect. All right. All right, let's continue. I had to get me some water. So now what I'm going to show you, this is the number one reversal pattern in the market that we all have grown to love, because it could potentially allow you to see the setup that you need to see without indicators, and all you're doing is following price. Okay? Yes, I was training you on the cipher pattern this whole entire time. It's just tonight I wanted to bring it out because I'm going to be using this in my day-to-day presentation. Okay? So, now, when we look at this, another thing that I've been teaching you for the past 4 years, if you guys have been following me, let's take a look at the left side of the screen where it says this is the regular head and shoulder pattern. Okay? The regular head and shoulder pattern where it says head and shoulder chart pattern. Now, notice as the market is rising up, starting from number 1, and then where number 2 comes in, now you can draw your rising trend line. Okay? From 1 to 2, once those 2 points connect, you can draw a rising trend line. And this is going to help you identify that you have an uptrend. Okay? Now, once you have the third, notice we have the third touch to that trend line. That's going to be the low of Monday. Now, it may not always be a Monday, but what I'm doing right now, I'm helping you understand when Monday is created, we wait for that market to come 100%. You see where the number 3 is? Okay? Look where the number 3 is. The number 3 is the 100% move of the head. So notice where number 3, the start of number 3, and the market rises all the way up, creating the head. And let's follow it coming back down on the right side when the market comes all the way back down to the support. That's a 100% move of number 3. Also a 100% move of Monday. All right. I know I probably lost some of you But for those who understood that, type number 4. Okay? I'm going to repeat it again, but if you understood it, type number 4. And if it's confusing to you, and you have more than 3 months trading, and it's still confusing, type number 1. Okay? I like the 4s. 4s are looking good. Perfect. And I'm just going to repeat it once again, because usually the second time I repeat it, it comes out so powerful. Okay? All right. Someone said first time seeing and understand. Perfect. Yeah, reminds you of GU. That's right. So I'm going to repeat it again. So notice, we're going to do this on the right-hand side this time. And we're going to start by the number 1. As the market drops down, starting your downtrend. Okay? The market drops down to number 1, starting your downtrend. And then we have a pullback at number 2. So what we can do is we can draw a trend line connecting 1 and 2. The moment we connect 1 and 2, it's going to give us our direction of the market. So the moment we connect 1 and 2, it gives us our direction of the market. So notice 1 and 2 is pointing in which direction? It's pointing down. Now, once 3 has been confirmed, well, it's going to be a confirmation that we have a downtrend. Okay? Now, you see where number 3 is? Let's say 3 is the low of Monday. You see where it says Monday? That's the low. And 3 is where number 3 is. It's going to be the high of Monday. So where Monday is pointing is the low, and 3 is the high of Monday. Notice when from number 3 all the way down to the head, the market drops lower. And then the market comes all the way back up, going to number 3. Well, what we just did was made a 100% retracement all the way back to 3. Now, usually at this point, whenever we make a 100% retracement all the way back up to that zone, we usually get a 50% move coming down. Now, remember this part here. This is where we're going to tie it all together, and it's going to start to make sense. Okay? Notice where the head is on the bottom. Okay, draw this part out. Notice where the head is on the bottom. And the head pushes the market all the way up to where number 3 is. Okay, follow this. For some reason, I can't move my mouse, and you're not going to be able to see my mouse. Notice that the market moves all the way up. Let me see if I just, for some reason I can't. See, I don't want to do it like this. I want you to be able to see the entire screen. But you guys tell me where 3 is. Okay, follow this. For some reason I can't. All right, tell me, is it okay if I do the presentation like this where you can see my mouse, or do you want me to go back to the full screen? Okay, do you want me to use it like this where you can see my mouse, or go back to the full screen? Let me know real quick. Type 1 if you want me to do it like this, or type 2 if you want me to go back to the full screen. Okay. All right, so 1, you want me to do it like this so you can see my mouse? Okay. All right, perfect. All right, so I'll do it like this so you can see the mouse, and that'll work perfect for you guys. All right, cool. Okay. All right, so let me just go back just one more. All right, I'll just breeze right through it real quick. So right around this zone here, as this market shifts all the way up, okay, perfect. As this market shifts all the way up, this is an uptrend. And this is where we're going to tie it all together. All right, so we have an uptrend here. If the market comes around this zone here, let's say around the 25 to 382 to 38%, this is a shallow retracement. Okay? A shallow retracement means that the market is going to do something just like this. Let me just pull this out. All right, yeah, this is better if I do it this way. Okay? The market would do something similar to this, make an equidistant move of this uptrend, but starting here. So the market will come down to this shallow point here and shift up. Now, if the market comes down to the 50%, it still will continue moving in an upward direction. But if the market comes down to this zone, it starts to get weak. Around this zone here, it starts to get weak, and it may not break the high. But if the market comes all the way down and break the 100%, okay, now we got a 100% retracement. If it comes down and breaks the 100%, we can look for a possible reversal. Okay, you're going to hear us talk about this a lot. A possible reversal where the market comes to the zone here, okay, and then shift and go into the opposite direction. All right, type 1 inside the box if I cleared that up for you. Okay, this is your reversal now. The market was going into an uptrend, came down to the shallow retracement and pushed up. Market came down to the 50% and continued. Then the market started getting weak. And then the market started getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And then once it breaks to 100%, okay, we look for a reversal. I think most of you are starting to have your aha moments now. Okay? Now, when it comes to the cipher pattern, this is one of my favorite patterns. Okay? So right around this area here, we're going to start from the letter X. We have a bullish uptrend moving. Okay, let's just say around this zone, we created Monday's high. And at the end of the day, we created Monday's low. Okay? And then for some reason, the market continued this uptrend, which is a equidistant move. Okay? I'll just go ahead and draw this over here to show you we have a equidistant move. Okay? So we'll take this move right here, and we'll put it right by the X. This is the start of my uptrend. Okay? Start of my uptrend. And then once the market comes down and creates the low of Monday, guys, can you please stop asking about a binary session? This is not a binary session. You're creating a distraction right now. Okay? You're creating a distraction. Okay? So now, once this market comes down and creates the Monday's low, look what happens here. We create an equidistant move pushing out to the high. Okay? Pushing out to the high. But then what happens next? Once this market comes all the way back into the zone, right around here, okay? Once the market comes all the way back into this zone, now look at B. B is the low of Monday, right here. B is the low of Monday. And look at C. This is your head. It drops all the way down. Okay? It drops all the way down, giving us what percentage of Monday? Can anyone type inside the box and let me know what percentage of Monday did we just give back? And if you remember what we just did on the previous slide, you can see what's about to happen. Okay? So it gave us 100% of Monday. Okay? So now this is your opportunity. If this market comes back into the zone, you can look for a reversal here, sell opportunity here. Okay? And the same thing with this section right over here. Okay? So now, as we look at this zone, right on this side over here, okay, you guys are about to have your aha moments. Now, once this market making this uptrend is starting here. Once it comes and give us another point, which is not lower, remember, in order for us to draw our trend line, number 2 cannot be lower than 1. Okay? In order to draw your trend line, and if you're starting from point number 1, 2 cannot be lower than 1. 2 has to make a higher point. Okay? It's going to be a higher high and a higher low. Okay? Higher high and a higher high. Higher low. So we're going to connect 1 and 2 together. Once we connect 1 and 2 together, this trend line extends all the way out into the future. And then what happened? Let's just say this is Monday right here. For some reason, this is Monday. And right at number 3 is the low of Monday. Okay? Number 3 is the low of Monday. Now, just like we did on the previous slide, the market shifts all the way up, creating a head. breaking out of the high of Monday. Okay? And then what happens? The market makes a 100% move back into the zone. Now remember, what was the first thing we said over here, team? Can anyone type inside the box? Once this market comes down lower than 50%, what's happening to the trend? Is the trend getting stronger or weaker? Okay, take a look at this slide over here. Anything past the 618 back into the zone, the trend starts to get weak. Now I want you to see this over here. Here is Monday. We came back into the zone. The trend is starting to get weak. Okay, right over here. So now, remember what I explained to you in the beginning. If we come down 100%, what happens now? The market is not going to push back up, making a new high. They're going to go right over to Monday, creating your right shoulder, dropping the market down. Okay? If you're starting to understand it, type 5 inside the box. If it's starting to make sense when it comes to Fibonacci, type 5 inside the box. You guys are going to learn Fibonacci's. You're going to learn head and shoulders. You're going to learn Mondays. You're going to learn harmonics all in one session because it's all going to tie itself together. Okay? Perfect. If I'm going too fast, let me know. I'll slow it down slower than I'm going. Okay? If I'm moving too fast, let me know. Now, the next slide that I'm going to show you, this is by far my favorite slide. Okay? This is by far my favorite slide. So, I don't know if I need to show this on a larger screen, but I believe you guys can see it. By far, this is my favorite slide. Because this is something that I teach every single day. Okay? Right here, we're going to start on the right-hand side. Now, most of you who are traders already, you know this by the Wyckoff theory, the Wyckoff method. But would it be okay if I was to incorporate the Wyckoff theory along with the market structure? Okay? I'm going to incorporate the Wyckoff theory with market structure and Mondays with the harmonics and the head and shoulder patterns. Because with this structure here, the one thing that you guys are going to learn from me is that I'm going to teach what most traders, whether you're hearing it on YouTube, whether you're hearing it on Google, what most people can't explain. Okay? I'm going to explain it in a way okay? I'm going to explain it in a way that you're going to understand it. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Now, let's say we have Monday right here. This is my Monday. Now, remember on Monday, what's going to happen? The market is either going to break out the high or it's going to break out the low. If the market breaks out the low of Monday, prepare for the market to make a reversal whenever it's going to happen. It may not happen right away, or you may get that instant reversal turning around. Okay? But do not expect for it to happen the same way every single time. Okay? Past performances will not guarantee future results. So, just because the market broke out the low right here, okay, it may not shift to the high or it may not shift to the low. Okay? Perfect. So now, what we're going to see right around the zone here, notice the market shifts out the low of Monday. And then it comes back inside of Monday's zone. Now, the one thing we just spoke about, the market will shift to the high, breaking out the high of Monday. Sometimes you'll get that retest with that continuation. Okay? You may not have a trade opportunity on this Monday. It's okay. As the market continues to move, high, remember the one thing that we spoke about. Right around this zone over here, when the market breaks out of the high, what we are looking for, we look over to the left and identify the previous Monday. So I'm just going to go ahead and beef this up real quick. Okay? So right over here, we may have a previous Monday around this zone here. Okay? Not this Monday, not this Monday, but there may have been a Monday right over here. So what I'll do is, let me just copy this. All right, copy this, and I'll put over here Monday. So, as this market just broke out of this Monday zone, okay, what we'll do is we can identify where the Monday, this zone right here is going to stop at, okay? It's either going to be 25%. Let me just paste it again. Okay, the market is either going to come into the zone 25%, 50%, or 75% of the previous Monday. Okay? Type 2 inside the box if it's starting to make sense. Okay? And don't worry, we're going to go over to the live chart. So if the market breaks out of this Monday right here, okay? If it breaks out of this Monday here and go to the high, I just want you to look over to the left and find the most recent Monday. And then you can identify where the market is going to stop. And it's either going to come 25, 50, or 75% of the previous Monday zone. And at that point, you can enter your position to sell. Okay? So I'll just put this here, and I'm going to show you right around here, you can enter your position to sell. Now, you should already know what your pip goal is going to be. So I'll just put this here, change the color. Let me just change the color to red, something that's going to stand out. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So as you guys can clearly see here, oops. There we go. As you can clearly see here, as this market just shot up to this high, right over here, it's going anywhere between 25, 50, and 75% of the previous Monday's zone. Now, once you get into that zone, stick with your pip goal. You probably get anywhere between 25 to maybe 30 pips off of that trade. Okay? You're done with this trade. This trade is finished. Now look what happens next. We run into another Monday. So I'll just put this over here. We run into another Monday on this side. Okay? Now look what happened. The market, it doesn't shift out the bottom, but it shifts out the top first. Remember, this Monday shift out the bottom first and then went out the top. Okay? Remember the rules. If the market shifts out the bottom first, it's going to shift out the top next. Now with this Monday, it shifted out the top first and just made a continuation. Okay? So what we'll do is we'll do the same thing. And right over here, once this market breaks out of this high, we'll continue to do the same thing all over again. Okay? No, I'm using the mouse. Can you guys see my mouse? You guys should be able to see my mouse moving. Let me see. Let me see. Can you guys see my... Yeah, you guys should be able to see my mouse moving. Okay, I don't want to stop anymore. Type 1 if you see my mouse moving, team. This thing is getting powerful. I don't want to keep stopping because I don't want to run out of time either, okay? Perfect. Okay, so now, we're just going to do the same thing all over again. Imagine, once this market breaks out the high over here, what happens is we do the same thing. Here's a Monday over here, okay? I'll change the color so you guys don't get confused. Perfect. Here's a Monday on this side. And look what happened. We're going to do the same thing all over again. And we'll just copy this one and paste it right around this zone. And look what happens over here. I'll put this black. Perfect. Okay. Notice, once we break out of this zone, right over here, we're going to see the same thing. 25, 50, or 70% of the previous Monday, and we can take the trade here. Okay? Now, this is where it gets fun. Because think about it. We've already spoke about it over here with the Fibonacci. Okay? We spoke about it with the Fibonacci right over here. If the market comes down 100% of the original move, we look for a reversal. Remember that? So now I go back to my favorite chart. You guys remember this move right here, correct? I want you to focus on this move right here. As this market comes down, remember, 100% of the move. Copy, paste this one here, and I'm going to put it here this time. Okay? And I'm going to paint the line black so you can see it. Did we come 100% of this move here? Give me 1 second. I'll give you a chance to figure that out. Okay? Once we came down 100% of this original move, what's happening to the trend? Is the trend getting stronger or is it getting weaker? Is the trend getting stronger or is the trend getting weaker? Okay? It's almost super clear that you can see that the trend is now getting weaker. We came down 100% of this move. Now when we go back up, Monday to Monday, now we have our reversal. As we continue to shift this market all the way back down, look what happened. We broke out the high on this Monday. Now we break out of the low. Remember the zone? Here we go again. Right? Just what the doctor ordered. Everything is lining up the way it's supposed to now. Okay? How many of you are starting to have your aha moments? Okay? So now we come all the way back into the zone. 100% of the original move, retest, left shoulder Monday, right shoulder over here, we take the market down. Now this move here, depending on the pair, could be anything from 25 to 30, maybe 100 pips. Right back down to the zone. That's right. Okay? And look what happened. We break out of the low, and now we shift back up to the high, breaking out of the high. Now, here we go again. This is why this is the most powerful system. Now, think about it. Can anyone tell me, when we break out of the high right around this zone, how do we identify our next position? How do we identify our next position? Instead of waiting for the market to come back in here, how do we identify our next position? Okay? It's written all over your chart. It's written all over your chart. I'm super excited about this because this is going to be the most powerful training session that you've ever been on. Guys, trust me when I tell you, this session right here could easily cost anywhere between $2,000 to maybe $20,000 because this is the session that will take your trading to the next level. But believe it or not, you guys are only paying $225 and $165 a month for this session. Look left, that's right. When you look left, you're going to run into something like this. Go over to the previous Monday and look what the market is doing next. That's right. 25, 50, or 75% of the zone. Okay? 25 or 75% of the zone. Beautiful. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm telling you, you guys are going to walk away from this webinar and you're going to say to yourself, I'm so excited. I'm happy. I got it. That's right. You're definitely going to take your Mondays back. Okay? We're going to do the same thing over and over. Okay? When we look at this, let's just look at number one. Now I'm going to show you how to trap the market with trend lines and angles. So now you know when the market is going to break out of a zone. Okay? I'm going to show you how to trap the market and notice when the market is going to break out of the zone. So now we're going to use 1 and 2 as our Monday. 1 and 2 is going to be our Monday. Actually, 1 is going to be our Monday. Okay? 1 is going to be our Monday, and 3 and 4 is going to be our Monday as well. Okay? So number 1 is going to be our Monday. Number 2 is the breakout. Okay? So here's number 1, Monday's high, and here's Monday low. Which side of the market did we break out of first on Monday? We broke out of the low. So being that we broke out of the low, now we allow the market to come back inside. You see this? Left shoulder, head, market comes inside, right shoulder, take the market up. Now we break out of the high of Monday. Okay, break out of the high of Monday. Now you're going to start to see something else in the market called Elliott's wave. Okay, this is the one thing you're going to start to see within the Monday zone. All right, the market is in a range, hits a high, shoots all the way down 50% of this zone here. This is wave 1 to wave 2. Now, as this market shift up higher, we're going to use this as our next week Monday. Okay, next week Monday right here, and we can do the same exact thing, just like I showed you guys before. We're going to copy and paste it. Right over here, we have another Monday. And right at this Monday here, we have our 50% zone. Okay? So I'll go ahead and draw this out for you. Oops. All right, let me just delete that. Perfect. All right, so we have our Monday right over here. That's right. Okay, and we'll put this over here, and we'll do the same thing all over again. 25%, 50%, or 75%. Okay, we'll do the same thing over and over and over. We're not going to change our trading style. Okay, when market conditions change, we adapt to those changes. We're not going to change our trading style. We're just going to adapt to those changes. Okay, so now what happens as this market goes up to this level here? It breaks out of the high. What we can do around this zone here, okay, we just put this line here. We can go ahead and look for our trade idea. Okay, so right around here, whether it's a 50%, 25%, or 75%, we can go ahead and start looking for a beautiful trade opportunity around this zone here. And what if the market comes at this zone and sell off of this level here? Now, this is where we're going to start to trap the market. If you catch the sell here, you're out of the trade, you get your 25, 30, 50 pips, whatever the market's going to give you. Once you get out of the trade, now I want you to start thinking about trapping the market. Okay? Thinking about trapping the market. So from 2 to 4, you can draw a line. If the market gives you a low, if it gives you a low here, you can draw this here. This might be your number 1. Let me just write it like this so you guys are not confused. I know on here it says 2 to 4, right? But I want to do it the right way so you're not confused and you're saying, but how is that 1 and I'm confused? I don't want you to be confused at all. Okay? So we're just going to go ahead and do it the right way. And we're going to make this number 1. Copy, paste. And this is the second time the market touched. So this is going to be number 2. Okay? And right over here, we're going to paste it again. This is going to be number 1. And we're going to paste it again. And right over here is going to be number 2. Okay? Is it starting to make sense now? Okay? So now what we have is the market touched the zone. 1, 2. Connect the two zones together. 1, 2. Connect the tops together. And now what we're doing is we're trapping the zones. We're trapping the market. So as you can see here, we have a Monday here. Once the market broke out of the high, what do you think is going to happen again? Copy, paste. Here's another Monday up here somewhere, and we're going to do the same thing. Okay? Right around this zone, we copy. Here's another line. This could be your 25, 50, 75%. And right around the zone at the top of this peak, now you can start to see, once this market broke out the high, it's starting to retest that peak for the third test right around that zone. So we can copy, paste, make this number 3 instead of number 5. That's your third touch. And what do we do at the third touch? We can sell at this opportunity right here. Okay? We can start to sell around this zone, right around here, bringing this market all the way down. But here's the thing, team. What if we break, okay, if we break the low of Monday? This zone is starting to get weak, okay? We break the low of Monday, the zone is starting to get weak right around here. But sometimes the market may not give you, it may not give you that instant retest or that turnaround that we're looking for. So sometimes the market may not give you this move for the head and shoulder pattern. Okay? Understand that. I don't want you to say, oh man, but what happened? It didn't give me the retest. Okay? It may not give you that retest. It may just give you that continuation. Okay? Yes. So the market may not give you that retest coming right here for that left shoulder to sell. It might just continue dropping down and retest the low of Monday. Okay? It might just retest the low of Monday right here. Okay? So the market failed to come back into the zone. So I'm just going to write this here. Okay? Failed to retest right shoulder. So I'll just put that there. Failed to retest right shoulder. Then I'll just put this in a box. You guys, I wonder if you guys notice what I'm doing. You are helping me right now. This is a live presentation. We are building the official. Okay, someone said I'm confused with the percentage on the specific charts. Okay. All right, just rewatch it. We are building the official levels presentation live as we speak. Okay? So this market failed to retest the right shoulder, and then we have a continuation right down at the bottom. If you're understanding this, type 1 inside the box. If you guys are understanding this, type 1 inside the box. Okay? Okay? And I'm just going to put continuation. All right, right here, we got a continuation. All right, so right here we got the market gave us our continuation sell. They failed to come back up. Continuation, they failed to come back up to the zone, and that was a continuation sell right there. Okay? Now, but here's the thing. Once this market came back down to this zone, ooh, look at this. Now the market is coming in the opposite direction. It came back down to the zone on the bottom. Okay? Right back down to the zone here. What are we going to do? Here's Monday. We do the same thing. Copy. Put this over here. And look at this. Okay? Retest 50% of the previous Monday. So I could just put this box over here. 25, 50% of Monday. And I'll just get rid of that one right there. Okay, notice how this market came right back into Monday over here. They said, Oren, you're a bad man. You made me so much money the past month. I appreciate it. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so now, once this market came back into the zone, remember, it's not 100% yet. Okay, the market came back into the zone. Now we can still shift the market up. Okay, let's say we get out 50%, we can still shift the market up. Now, once this market comes back up, now, remember that this left shoulder that we didn't get in the beginning? Now, they can come over here and give us that left shoulder that we're looking for. This is why it's very important to focus on one pair. Okay? That's why it's very important to focus on one pair so you don't miss these moves. Let me just make this smaller.
Yeah.
All right, because it failed to come down. So now when this market come up to this zone here, forget about this going up here. Now we can look for that left shoulder, that right shoulder right around the zone here and take the market down. Perfect. Perfect. There you go. Now you have your sell opportunity sitting right there. Sell. Okay, perfect. Now you have your sell sitting right here. So this is going to be, I'm going to make this the right shoulder. Sell. Number 3 is going to be your head. Okay? Number 3 is going to be your head. Maybe I should put that there so you guys are not confused. You can sell right here. Number 3 is going to be your head. Can you guys see that? Number 3 is your head. Three is your head. 2 is going to be left shoulder. And also Monday. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. Good job, team. I love it. You guys are working. Perfect. All right. So far, type 1 inside the box if you understand what's on here already. Hope you got your screenshots. Type 1 inside the box if you got it. About to get into the good stuff. We don't have that much time. We got about 8 minutes, so I got to speed it up now. Okay. Same concept. Here's Monday. Okay. What do we break out of first? We break out the high. Boom. Going to another Monday. Here's a Monday over here. 25, 50, 75%. We can sell it right here. Boom. Market shifts out the high. Comes all the way back inside of the zone. 100% retracement. Push the market up. Okay? Right shoulder. Sell the market down. Once we sell the market down, what do? We look left. Okay? What do? We look left. Yes, I will. Oh, man. Some of you may win a chance to get this PowerPoint. One of you are going to win an opportunity to get this PowerPoint. Okay? Somebody is going to win this PowerPoint. If you guys think this PowerPoint is dope, if you think this PowerPoint is one of the most educational PowerPoints you've ever seen, someone will win this. Okay? Someone will win this PowerPoint. We're going to do a drawing. I told you, 2 weeks ago, I told someone, I said, you guys you have no idea. I'm about to take education to the next level. Okay? I'm going to take this education to the next level. If the market is shifting down, at what percentage after looking left? Bovis. Come on, Bovis. Come on, Bovis. Let's work, Bovis. Come on now. The market is shifting down. We do the same thing as we're doing it up. Think about it. Think about it for a second, team. We do the same thing. It's always the same thing, Bovis. Nothing changes. Okay? 25%, 50%, 75%. Nothing changes. This blueprint right here, this is the blueprint that's going to change your future. Okay? All right, we're going to do a couple raffles. Okay? Perfect. This stuff is beautiful. Market does the same thing over and over. Probably tomorrow I'll finish this up. I'll start at the beginning, not the beginning, halfway down to finish this up. Now here's the current market. Team, here's the current market on levels. Trust me when I tell you, this is the current market on levels. This is something that was drawn up, handwritten. Here's the current market on levels. Take a look at it. Here's Monday. The market breaks out of Monday, look left. The current Monday here. The market breaks out of Monday, look left. Take the sell. Boom. The market breaks out the low of Monday, look left. Take the buy. 25%, 75%. Boom. Shift the market up. Okay? Over and over and over until the market comes all the way back down. Woo! I'm telling you, this is one of the most powerful systems that you will ever get your hands on. Monday. I'm speeding through it. Now, let's take a look at the Harmonic Scanner. I told you, you're going to have two of the powerful systems working together. The Harmonic Scanner is telling me to buy right here. This is the current scanner. This is a scanner I just recently put this system together, maybe 20 minutes. As you notice, I still haven't finished it yet. I have a lot to go. It's going to be over 50 different tools in here. I'm still not finished. This is going to be the official levels thing. So now, Harmonic Scanner is telling me right now in the 1 hour time frame, EuroCAD to buy this level. Before I buy this, I need what? Confirmation. I need my confirmation. So I go over to the level system and boom, it's confirmed. The same system. EuroCAD, Monday, the head, large candle, 100% of Monday. Now we come back into the zone. Right shoulder. It's a buy opportunity. Okay? There's a buy opportunity. This is currently on EuroCAD. Guys, I have not finished the PowerPoint yet. I want to thank you all for allowing me to create the most powerful system. I've heard your testimonies. I heard your stories. Some of you came up to me and you told me, you said, Oren, my family is depending on this. Oren, my life is depending on this. So what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a raffle. Okay, I'm going to do a raffle. Shout out to my guy, Kevin Howell, and my boss partner, Tracy Walker, for this amazing idea. It's two ideas in one. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to pick 4 people. We're going to do a raffle, 4 people. Levels is $22 a month. Levels is $22 a month. If you get levels, we're going to create a email address for levels. I'll have my partner create an email address for levels, and I'll have it to you guys by tomorrow, or probably tonight. I'll drop it inside the levels channel. And what we're going to do is we're going to create an email just for levels, and all you have to do to get qualified for this raffle is take a screenshot of your levels purchase. It has to be an active package, not levels from 6 months ago. Take a screenshot of the most recent active, okay, and you will qualify for $100. You'll qualify for $100. So I'm going to pick 3 people who can win $100. Now think about this. This $100 is going to give you an opportunity to get at least 9 90 days of your subscription paid for. Or you can do whatever you please with it. You could either put it into your broker's account and use leverage to increase it to 200, 300, 5,000, a million, whatever it might be. Okay? Perfect. Okay?
It's 10 o'clock.
Thank you. So, and also, the fourth person is going to win the completed version of this PowerPoint. Now, I know the fourth person is probably saying, I'd rather have the PowerPoint than $100. Look at that. Somebody said 100 is cool, but I'd rather have the PowerPoint. You said you have the elite package, and it seems like I'm not getting everything for levels. What do you mean you're not getting everything for levels? Guys, the email has just been created. Wow, that was fast. The email has just been created, and I'm going to drop the email address right now. Actually, can you drop the email in there real quick? I appreciate you. The email was just created. Drop the email inside of there for me real quick. We're going to go ahead and drop the email. Somebody said, I don't want your money, honey. I want your love. All right, so we're going to go ahead and drop the email. Oops, uh-oh. Oh, man. What just happened? There we go. I know. So, hold on. Let me ask you something. Would you guys rather have the PowerPoint or the money? Someone said, I don't see gold, crypto, etc. as you show in the video. Nope, it's not just, it's for every subscriber. Every subscriber. Now, I don't play those games. I'm not going to cheat my loyal customers out and say it's only for new subscribers. No, I would never cheat you guys. This is for every single subscriber. If you had it from day one to now, if you had it from day one to now, or you're just getting it today, you will be qualified. You will qualify for the PowerPoint. Okay? Okay, perfect. All right, so we're going to cancel the $100, and we're going to do the PowerPoint instead. All right, by the time this PowerPoint is done, we're going to have over 50 plus educational slides, and we're going to be talking about every single way to trade levels. Every single way to trade levels. So you would never come to me and ask me, oh, I'm confused. Oh my goodness, I.C. Westbrooks, I appreciate you. Hey, I.C. Westbrook, if you can show me that you had levels from day one, I'm talking about anywhere from March, April, May, I'm giving you the PowerPoint, because that's loyalty right there. That's loyalty right there. You've been with me through all of the hiccups. You've been with me through all of the ups and downs. You've been with levels through, hey, we're going to get it right this way. You've been through levels to the point where we're going to say, all right, guys, just go take the reverse of the trades. Take the reverse of the trades. Do this with the trades. Okay? So we just copied. Okay, here it is. Here's the email for levels. Copy. Wait. Hey, Charmaine, can we make it Monday levels at Gmail instead of IML levels email? Can we do that instead, if it's not too much? Because, we're trading off of Monday. Instead of, let me know if we can do that. Hold that thought, team. Hold that thought. Yeah. Uh-oh. Somebody Zell said you better make some copies. All right. Yeah, Charmaine, let me know if we can make like Mondays levels at gmail.com instead. Because we're trading off of Mondays we want. Because the IML levels, those are the type of emails that I get right now. It says IML levels. So I don't want to get them confused. And then we're going to have a drawing. Like I said, guys, you already know I'm so generous. It might just be not just 3, maybe not just 4, maybe not just 5, maybe 6, maybe 10. Because now we're not dealing with money, so I don't have to give you money. So now I can pick as many as we like. Woo! Okay. No, we can. Yeah, Charmaine. What we can do is we can cancel out those, and we can have everybody resubmit it unless Monday's levels. You said you already received some already? Ooh, okay. All right, man, you guys don't play. Y'all don't play. I love it. Is this Zell from Florida? I think this is Zell from Florida. Trading Bitcoin, making all that money. Somebody said, how come I can't see anything? Oh, you gotta, your screen is off. All right, guys, look at that EuroCAD trade. This is the live market now. It's in profit. EuroCAD is now in profit from the PowerPoint. Guys, okay. Let me explain something. You're not going to see crypto. You're not going to see US 30. All right? You're not going to see gold, and you're not going to see oil. Okay? Here's the reason why I'm not going to put those pairs on this system. I'm here to help you learn and make some money. I'm not here to teach you how to gamble. You can trade those pairs on your own. Okay? You can trade those pairs on your own. But I want to give you the opportunity to learn how to trade this system using pairs that's not going to blow your account. Because think about it for a second. If you're trying to use this Monday system and the market just on crypto just explodes. Look what happened to Bitcoin the other day, team. Bitcoin went over 3,000 pips. It destroyed every level. So why would you want to put yourself in that position and come back to me and say, hey, Oren, this system doesn't work. So I'm not going to risk it. I want to give you guys a system that works and adapt to market conditions. So I'll repeat this one last time. We're not going to have crypto. We're not going to have gold, oil, any of those pairs on the system. Okay? You can trade those on your own. Yes. Okay. Give me a second. We're adding the new email now. Let me just verify. Okay. Oh man, this is beautiful stuff. Yeah, I'm looking. What trade was that you called earlier? Okay. Let's see. Hold on, didn't it hit 32 pips already? Yeah. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Yeah, it already hit 32 pips from your entry. Yeah. CHF. UChef. Yeah, look at UChef is still in profit from the call that you guys gave out earlier. That's already up 12 pips. Okay, perfect. All right, so let me go ahead and finish this up. And which email you want to go with? The same one you had before, or do you come up with a new one? Oh, okay. So, all right, we'll use that one, the imellevels.com then. All right, perfect. All right, then. All right, guys. So that's the one that you're going to use. We're going to repost it. It's the imellevels.com. Okay. imellevels.com. That's the one you're going to use. Go ahead and drop that email one more time. imellevels@gmail.com. All right, imellevels@gmail.com. Coach, you have a video on fibs already and how to place. I believe I do. Yeah. So imellevels@gmail.com. You're going to send all your information there. Now, real quick before we leave, how many of you were on our pop-up Zoom call today? Type 1 if you were on our pop-up Zoom call today. And remember the breakout rooms that we created? Now, there were 2 trades that you guys gave out. Some of you gave out the USD CHF trade that we actually in a sell on this one now. Okay? And then we also gave out the Euro AUD, Euro AUD. Okay, Euro AUD trade. Now, we got on this call at 11 o'clock. So, what's this? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, 11. So, we got off around 12 o'clock. And I'm almost certain, because I entered the trade here. When you guys gave out the entry, I entered my trade here. Okay? That was my buy opportunity. I entered it there. Okay? And this market went 35 pips. Okay. That was the buy idea. Right around that zone there. And your target actually went 23 pips. If it was around that zone. 23, yeah, around 23 something. Blow this up a little bit. But this is 12 o'clock here. Let me tell you where my entry was at. My entry on Euro AUD was at 1.60581. 1.60581. That was my entry. 1.60581. 1.60581. All right, 1.60. I'm in profit. Okay, that's one of my entries. So when it dropped down lower, is my other one here. Okay, and then TP can be anywhere. So you got 25 pips, but I'm gonna look for an extension. All right, here we go. 50% of Monday right here. So it could come down just a little bit more to that 50%. All All right, so we could come down just a little bit more at 50% zone. That's over here. Okay, they might come down around that zone. Now I need to find a take profit. Take profit is going to be at Monday, right there. It's already there, so we're going to put a possible TP right around the zone here. Now this is the trade that the team that you guys called. You called this. All right? We did a pop-up Zoom. We put you guys in breakout rooms. You called this stuff. Save it. Okay, everyone should have got that email up there, that text up there. Now your stop loss. Here's the low right here. That was my entry. Here's the low. Here's 50 pips. 50. That's 45. If you get in here, here's the low, 50 pips. Now, remember, these are the rules. Wherever your entry is, if you enter here and the market shift up 25 to 30 pips, we're going to call it a win. This is just the extended target. You don't have to go for this target. If it goes up here, congratulations. This is just the extended. But if the market comes here, let's say with my entry, and it shifts up 25 to 30 pips, right here, I'll just mark this right here at 30 pips. All right, 25 to 30 pips. I'll just mark it like that. Okay, hit save. And if it comes down here, boom, right here is 25 to 30. Alright, it's 25 to 30. Now, these are just your normal 25 to 30 pip exits, or you can exit here. How many of you understand what I'm doing right now? I hope that's not confusing anyone. It shouldn't. Okay. All right, so we saved that, and then with our USD/CHF, the one you guys call, USD/CHF, here was your entry here, and you're just going for 25, 30 pips. I'll take it to 30, which is right about here. So this would be my 25, 30. My 25, 30 pips is right there. Save. Come on. Alright. I don't have a fair retracement on here. And I'll just take this off and see what happens. Alright, so we got our 25 to 30 here. Stop loss. It's way up there. It's U-Chef. Yeah, U-Chef. Remember, you're only getting charged for your stop loss if you get hit. If you don't get hit, you don't get charged for it. If the stop loss is too big, lower your lot size. Okay? Stop loss is too big, lower your lot size. Now, my extended target would be here. right here. That's going to be my extended target. Let's see, I hope it don't disappear. We already know where we're going. This is USD CHF, Hannah. Look at my screen, USD CHF. All right, NZD USD. I don't know what I call them here. Oh yeah, dang, we still in this sell on NZD USD? Yeah, all right. Let me look at my screen real quick. I think I'm still in that sell on my other account. No, I'm not. But now you see how the market just played the zone, exactly what we talk about. Remember, I just showed you this on the PowerPoint. Here it is. The same exact thing I showed you in the PowerPoint. Capture the low, and then capture the high. See that? Boom. There you go. And then we watch the market do what it has to do. Capture the low, capture the high, trap the market. Boom. Right around this zone here. Everything I just taught you on the PowerPoint is starting to make sense now. Okay? It's starting to make sense. Everything I taught you on the PowerPoint. Here it is right here. Okay? All of these moves. There you go. Perfect. There's your move right there. There's your 5-wave move. Boom, 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 boom. Trap the market. Everything I just showed you on the PowerPoint is happening right here in the live market. Okay. All right, let me cancel this trade. This one is done. Hold up, what was I? This is not a trade alert. What was I thinking? Oh, for it to sell down. Okay. This is not a trade alert. Okay, perfect. Let me delete this. All right, so 1, 2. All right, let me refresh it. See what I have up on the screen for you. I hope it didn't delete my UCHF. All right, cool. UCHF is good. NZD USD, why is that still up there? All right, so this trade is done. NZD USD, we can delete that. That's done. Euro odd, still. Ah, man, Euro odd, it didn't save my stuff. I kind of figured that was going to happen. Yeah. like this. Even though this right here is low, I still like this for a possible another buy opportunity right there. Using the same stop loss. Alright, so even if it comes down here, so the 27 pip stop. So you might be able to take it back up to your original for like 50 pips. When are the notes updated in levels? The moment I hit save. The moment I hit save, the notes are updated. Perfect. There it is. Once I have this here, the notes are updated. Okay. Perfect. Man, I thought the 4 hours was loaded. Man. All right, team. With that being said, that's about it. That's a wrap. I appreciate you all. Remember, for everyone that goes and get levels, talk to your team. Share this with your team. Go out there and let them know they get levels. All right, for everyone to get levels, you're entering to win this PowerPoint. Okay? Everyone to get levels, you're entering to win this PowerPoint. Perfect. I think I might, let me see. You know what? I wanna add something to it too. Let me find. I wanna add something to it. Yeah. Let's do this. We're gonna do this too. Check this out. Watch this. Oh man. Let me call up my my advisor real quick. Hold on. Call up my advisor. There we go. Hey, I got a question. No, I'm still on. What do you think about, let's say, if you get your team on levels, that adds more opportunities for you to win. Let's say if you have a team, and the more people that's on your team that got levels, that like, what do you think? Let's say, huh?
Let's say you get, 5 points or something.
Mm-hmm.
And for every person on your team, you get 1 more point.
Okay, because now you're pushing your team to get it. That's a good leader.
Pushing your team to get it.
That's a good leader. Okay.
And then maybe you'll add up all the points. And, I don't know, maybe you take the top 10 people with the most points, and then you choose from that group or something.
I like that. Okay. Or just give it to everybody.
Right. At the end of the day, right.
Yeah, right. Okay, I like that. All right, so, hey, I appreciate that. I'm going to jump off this in a second. All right, then I'll talk to you. Yeah, it's just getting saucier and saucier now. So, get your team on here, and it just adds more points. You say that would knock the new people out? Nah, it's not going to knock the new people out. We'll find a way. Okay. All right, so team, with that being said, yep, there we go. With that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. And let's go ahead and take this thing to the next level. Uh-oh. The white van is set. Uh-oh.